I am super excited about the topic for today, and I am here a little bit early, so I am going to be waiting a few minutes to see who jumps in. But I'm super excited to talk about this topic today. Well, every time I'm very excited. And as you see, I'm outside again. I love being outside. The weather has been just beautiful, so why not take advantage of that? So if you're here listening live, do live. Let me know that you're live. What is your name? Where you're joining me from? I'm always excited to hear where you're coming from. I also would like to know if you're listening to the replay, do hashtag replay, and that way I know that you're there. And I'll be asking some questions along the training, and I would love for you to comment. That way I can go back and make comments over your comments, and we have better conversation. Not everybody is able to attend live, so here we go. And I have created this little training so that you have a little snapshot of what can be possible for you when you take charge of your life in different ways. So let me ask you, would you like to manifest a magical life? Would you like to feel better with yourself? So let me know at what, like you might be in your 40s, in your 50s, in your 60s that you're listening to me right now. I would love to know. Do hashtag and your age. If it's 40, 41, 45, 50, it doesn't matter. It's all good. I'm not gonna judge you for the amount of years, right? So what if I were to ask you, what do you want in life? What do you want after 40? Maybe it's better health, maybe it's better energy, maybe it's better mood, maybe a better body, maybe better confidence, maybe better life, maybe more joy. Whatever that is for you, that is a desire that you probably have been working on it for a very long time. I can bet you that you have been trying different things to work on it, and you might not have the results that you want yet. But and you might be feeling unsatisfied and maybe also burnt out. It's like, oh, I've been trying so many things, I no longer know. It's like I don't no longer know what to do. So if that is you, say you in the comments, and maybe it's all of the above, or just write down the thing that you want to feel better in, the area that you want to feel better in. So what do you think is the number one thing that is getting in the way from you getting what you want? Maybe the health that you want, the body that you want. What do you think it is? If you think about what it is, then let me know in the comments. Well, the number one thing that is getting in the way from you is something that is inside your head. It's between the two ears, and it's called your mind and your thoughts. That is the number one thing that is getting in the way from you getting the results that you want. Are you surprised? Maybe not. Maybe you have thought about it and you have heard about it 1,000 times. But sometimes we need to hear things 1,001 times to make it sink into our brain. So if you're here, I'm not seeing your comments, but please, I would love to see your comments. So get on with your comments there. So you might be asking, is it a good thing or a bad thing that my thoughts are getting in the way from getting the results that I want? Well, it's not good or bad. That's the good news, right? So it's not good or bad. It's if you are the source of the problem, guess what? You're also the source of the solution. And if it's your thoughts that are sabotaging you, well, it's in you to fix them, nobody else, right? Those thoughts are within your head. Nobody else knows what's happening inside your head. Not even if somebody cracks open your brain, they cannot know what you're thinking or what you're not thinking. So is that a good news? In coaching, we say it's not either or, it's both and more. So whatever you're desiring, like you're not needing to remove well, sometimes yes, we need to remove something in order to get something better, right? And that is also part of the topic from today. So I want you to think about your thoughts as your self-talk. How is that self-talk? Is it usually negative? Is it usually positive? Are you paying attention to that inner voice that is talking to you all the time? Well, guess what? That is leading the way that you're feeling. So your thoughts, what is happening is what you're thinking. That is what you're choosing in the day, and that's leading to the actions that you're taking, and that is leading to the results that you're having. So when you have better thoughts or better self-talk about yourself, then you are leading into better outcomes. And what happens is that I'm very good, like a high proponent of what you think first thing in the morning, what you do first thing in the morning. You create rituals, and that leads to a better outcome throughout the day. We cannot fix our entire life in one day, but we can do little miniature actions that are changing little by little so that you can finally create new rituals so that you can live a better life. So only you knows what's happening inside your head. So is this a light bulb for you? Write light bulb in the comments below. And maybe you have heard it, read it in many books, but until you feel it, until you have that light bulb, that is when you start connecting the dots. So maybe you have to listen to this several times. So I wrote this week, I was doing some cleaning, as you maybe saw my post before, and I was using the Roomba, and then I picked up a broom, and not a broom, a mop to clean all the hairs. And I thought also, okay, for 40 years, we have been relying on maybe a vacuum cleaner as our brain. For 40 years, we have been collecting everything that is outside of us. We have been collecting information. We have been collecting habits. We have been collecting thoughts and beliefs from other people. A lot of things that you're carrying are not yours. They're somebody else's. So guess what? You get to choose what you keep and what you drop, right? So this week, as I was thinking about these things, all of a sudden I see a quote from Carl Jung. And it goes like this. He says, life begins at 40. Until then, you are just doing research, right? Let me repeat that. Life begins at 40. Until then, you are just doing research. You've been collecting everything in your life. So you've been like a vacuum cleaner. You've been absorbing everything. That's not good or bad. It's just you've been learning, like a child's brain that is learning, absorbing all the time. But guess what? Now you get to choose what you keep or what you drop or what you let go. That is the great thing about this. So imagine your thoughts are, or all the negative thoughts that we're having, all beliefs from everybody, is like a trash can. So today is trash day in my house. So imagine a trash bag full of junk for 40 years. I bet it's a little bit smelly by now, right? 40 years of collecting trash. And the trash is going through your brain, it's going through your veins, it's going through your bloodstream, it's going through your gut, it's going through your intestines, everywhere. It's been collecting, and I call that also toxins from everything that we have been exposed to. So what can we do with all that? Well, Imagine, very simple because mindset is everything. So imagine the trash bag, and that is your brain. Imagine today is trash day, so you put everything that you no longer want inside the trash bag and you take it to dump. And you see and imagine yourself seeing that trash truck carrying it away. Well, why do you think it's so difficult to change? Because what I came up with recently is that what happens then? If all your thoughts are gone, what do you get? What do you keep? I feel that this is the place where the rubber meets its, how do you say that saying? Where the rubber meets the road. And that is when the identity crisis comes. So at 40 is like the second adolescence, like I've been talking before. And it's where, okay, so what do we keep? What do we not? Who are we if we release all these thoughts or beliefs about ourselves? We become nothing. And that can be scary. That is why it's so hard to change, because we do not want to let go of what we're being accustomed to. And you want, it's like, what then? What do I do with that now? Because if I become nothing, or I cannot think about anything, then who do I become? So I think there's a lot of fear there. So we hold on dearly to those things or thoughts or actions or habits and beliefs from what we have learned for the first 40 years. And to let go, it's hard. But guess what? When you finally decide to, okay, it's time to take this trash out, you become like a blank slate. Everything is possible when there's a blank slate. You can write your story. You can decide what habits to keep. You can add new ways of thinking, new ways of moving, new ways of eating. And all that creates new habits for you to live a better life. The quality of life that you want and you have been wishing for so long. So it's all about taking the leap of faith, letting go what you no longer serves you, and then letting in what you really desire. So without doing this first step, no matter how healthy you have been eating or how healthy you do eat every single day, no matter how much exercise you're doing, no matter how many good supplements you're taking, and I don't disagree with all that, because that's foundation. But if all that you're doing with a lot of effort, it's not matching what you're thinking throughout the day, you're trashing all this. So everything that you're doing, all your efforts are gone to waste if you're not having the good driver that is taking care of everything else throughout the day. So how would you like to be able to align everything in the same line of action? Because if your thoughts are not aligned with your actions that you're doing every single day, you will not get the results. Maybe you have been blaming others for not getting the results. Maybe you have been shooting, or your days are like, oh, I should be doing this, I should be doing that. That was me 20 years ago. I had this word in my vocabulary for a very long time. I should be doing this, I should be doing that, I should have said this, I should have said that. Well, guess what? 15 years ago or 10 years ago, I decided that word should was in the trash. So whenever I catch myself trying to even think about it, it's like, no, that's not in my vocabulary anymore. I dumped it a long time ago. So should and blame and I have to do something, those are two words in my mindset that I put in the trash can a while back. And that, little by little, improves the way you focus on the thoughts that you're having. When you are able to focus, then it's easier to let them go. We cannot let go or dump in the trash something that we are not conscious of. So the first step is making conscious the unconscious. So it's no longer, your life is no longer driven by your unconscious mind, but it's now driven by your conscious mind. And it takes consistent action every day to focus on those things. And let me tell you, it is very hard to do it on your own. Why is this? Because you're already trained to do and think and act as a certain way, so you're not even conscious of what you're doing. So one of the first things that I do with my clients when I first start working with them is called a decluttering action. And that is when you declutter an area of your life that you can visualize the things going away. You can clear the spaces so that you can start creating something new. We cannot put, like, you cannot add things inside a filled trash can, right? You first need to empty it so that you can put new things in there. But I don't want you to think about a trash can anymore. I want you to think about a flower pot, maybe. You're every day, whatever action you're doing, you're planting the seed, and that seed is going to start growing into a beautiful flower, a beautiful plant, a beautiful tree, whatever you want it. And it's an adventure, and it's consistent action to water your plant every single day. That grows different roots in your brain so that you can finally see the results that you want. So what is resonating with you for so far? Are you wanting to know how to eat healthier? Are you wanting to know how to think better so that you can have the results that you want? Write down in the comments, I want to feel better, if that is you. So for today's action, I always like to leave you with a little action step, and so that you start taking action in your life to be a better you. And as you well know, I'm a health and wellness coach, and my wish for you is for you to live each day with better quality of life, for you to know what to do and no longer have to struggle to, it's like, now what do I eat to feel better? What do I think to drive my days better? What do how do I move my body to feel better? All those little things you will discover inside my M&M program. And your action for today is just, I want you to imagine that I'm following you all day. And imagine, like it or not, so imagine, it's a little bit windy here. Imagine, like, think about your thoughts all day. And if you can, write them down. I bet you will need a lot of paper. So use it wisely, write it down, and notice what your thoughts, what are your thoughts are driving your days. That is very important. And then when you're ready and your trash day comes, imagine that goes into the trash, whatever you write there that you don't like anymore. And then you can come in with me and have a conversation. We'll only have a conversation if you are ready to take action and to have a blank slate and to build upon new ways of being, new ways of doing things. Then the M&M method will help you become a better feeling woman, and it will help you create better mindset, better menus so that you can eat better, create a better movement for your body, and it will help you create a better image so that you can love what you see in front of the mirror. And once and for all, you will be able to manage your menopause symptoms so that you feel like $1 million woman. Would you like that for you? If you do, tell me #1 million-dollar woman. I want you to feel like one. It's not what you have, it's how you feel inside that you create the best life you want ever and ever. And I want that for you, because we need you to feel great so that you can bring your gifts to this world. And I love to close with that. I just want one favor of you. Do hashtag at the end if you like this video, and if you would like a recording of this so that you can share with your friends and family, and make an impact in other people's life. Because once we feel better, then we can also help others feel better in your day, in your productivity. So if this is what's helpful for you, say helpful. And if you want to chat, also say chat in the comments, and I will be glad to have a conversation. And it's just a conversation for us to get to know each other and to see if this is the right fit for you. Thank you so much for watching. I love you. I want the best for you, and I want to be able to help you guide your life with the simple steps, simple tricks and tools that I share with all my clients to help them feel better in every single day of their life. Thank you so much for now. Bye-bye. I love you.